It's a mix of things. So what you'll find is that there's a lot, humans are highly symbolic, and a lot of languages are highly symbolic. Now, when you look at symbols, obviously, symbols are the most unanimous language. So what you have is collective human consciousness is actually focusing in such a way now that it is able to create like those huge symbolic communications. So what is happening essentially in a great many cases is that the collective human consciousness, which is its own thought form, is communicating its desires. But obviously those communications are not going to come in the form of English or Italian or whatever other language, because that's not the unanimous language for human consciousness. The unanimous language for human consciousness will be things like mathematics and symbols. So when that happens, you'll see the Earth actually is responding to human consciousness. And so human consciousness creates a great many of them, but this is the thing. This is where it gets interesting. When that started to happen way back when, a lot of extraterrestrial races were watching that and realizing that is how they communicate. So a lot of these crop circles are actually them answering the things that we have created. It's like it's us being super subconscious of the fact that we're doing it. But these fields and things are actually our message board to the rest of the universe, and they're using it back with us as well, and with each other. So crop circles are not as simple as, yes, this is the one being, the one race that's using them, and this is the one purpose for them. It's really like, it's like there are multiple beings all using the same whiteboard, trying to use the same symbols to connect with one another. And sometimes they're using the whiteboard to talk to themselves, like, you know, like certain extraterrestrials will talk to other extraterrestrials, and then they'll be trying to use it to talk to us, and we'll be using it to try to talk to them. But we're really muddled about figuring out which is the case. And that's going to be dependent on the specific crop circle. And of course, some of the crop circles are man-made, and that's just because people are trying to draw attention, and it's a game, I guess.
Yeah, I actually watched a interesting documentary of a guy that kind of went underground with crop circle makers, and you know, it's a kind of a whole subculture.
Yes.
And one interesting thing about it was one of the guys describing his extraterrestrial experiences within, you know, while creating the crop circles and then seeing alien ships and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm a bit frustrated because while I mean, it's a beautiful art, but I'm also frustrated because they've done a massive detraction, you know. Well, the people who are like deliberately going out and making them in secret, and then like everyone's thinking it's aliens, they're drawing a lot of credibility away from the reality, essentially, which is that we're not the only race that's at work here on Earth. So it frustrates me personally a little bit, which we don't need them any more muddy, honestly. You know, humans don't need it any more muddy, in my opinion.